Hey, what's up, Funkheads? Some of the most valuable Funko Pops out there are the Freddy Funkos. If you didn't know already, he's Funko's mascot. And he has tons and tons of variations, probably more than any other character that Funko makes. Because they designed them in original characters. Like for the last Emerald City Comic Con, they made Freddy Funko as a fishmonger. Or they'll make Freddy Funko as the Statue of Liberty, like they did for the New York Comic Con. Or as an astronaut, or as the Zodiacs. But the most rare and valuable ones are when they make Freddy Funko as an existing character, like Pennywise, or Iron Man, or something like that. They'll take the body of one of those pops, put the Freddy Funko head on it, and repaint it to match the original character's style. They're very rare, they're pretty difficult to get. Nowadays, the ones that are actual licensed characters, you get them in a mystery box, so you can't even pick which ones you want. You just have to get very lucky to get the rare ones. And they're made in such small quantities that they shoot up in value, because most people don't get rid of them. You can have all the money in the world, but some Freddy Funkos just are not available for purchase. So before I start the top 10 most valuable Freddy Funko Pops, let me get that out of the way. Some Freddy Funkos don't have an official value on Pop Price Guide, or the Funko app, or whatever you use to determine value, because there just isn't any recorded sales. Or there may just be one very recent sale that is yet to be verified. For example, there is a glow-in-the-dark Freddy Count Chocula that just a few days ago sold for $10,000. But it still doesn't have an official value because that sale is just too recent. And it's hard to tell if that buyer actually went through with the purchase. So keep that in mind. This is the top 10 most valuable Freddy Funkos that actually have a little bit of a history of sales. So you can actually determine a value. At number 10, valued at $3,000, is a 9-inch Toy Fair version of Freddy Funko. This pop is from 2013, and they only made 12 of them. And he doesn't even come in a box, because he was handed out. Some of them even by Brian Moriarty himself. So if you have one of these, you're extremely lucky. It's definitely a centerpiece in any collection. There's only 3 recorded eBay sales, ranging from $2,000 to $4,500. So it brings that average in to around $3,000. At $3,050, it's the glow-in-the-dark Buzz Lightyear Freddy Funko. At 12 pieces and from 2011, it's nearly impossible to even find one for sale, much less mint condition. So this is extremely rare. There's only one recorded sale back in 2016, and that one did sell for the $3,050 that it's valued at. Of course, there might have been private sales from collector to collector, but there's just no evidence of that, so we have to go by eBay. There have been a couple of Boba Fett Freddy Funkos, but the more valuable one is the one with red hair. He's valued at $3,120. He was released in 2014 at only 24 pieces. The Freddy Funko head looks almost like any other ordinary Freddy Funko Pop. Brownish to reddish hair and a pale face tone. But he is more rare than the other version, which is a green-haired version. That is also from 2014, but they made 196 of that one. Still pretty rare, still very valuable at $1,270. But it's the red hair Boba Fett that's the true grail. Back in 2014, one of them sold for $850, and the last couple sales were in 2016 for $6,000 and $4,000. From 2013, and also at only 12 pieces, it's the metallic Ghost Rider Freddy Funko, and he is valued at $3,390. This one's really cool because they actually painted his face metallic gray and gave him skeleton teeth and white eyes to make it look more like Ghost Rider but still Freddy Funko. I think these are the coolest ones, and if I had to pick one Freddy Funko, this would definitely make my short list. It's really, really cool. There's been 4 eBay sales of this guy, ranging from $611 in 2014 to $5,600 in 2016. Another very old one and very rare one, from 2011, at only 12 pieces, it's the metallic Frankenberry Freddy Funko, valued at $3,430. This pop not only combines the rarity of a Freddy Funko, but also an ad icon, which are extremely popular, with most of them going up in price right away. So when you combine the two, of course you're going to get an extremely expensive pop. And this is another one where they paint the Freddy Funko head, so it's just cooler. Back in 2014, one sold for $725, and most recently in 2018, one sold for $3,700. At $3,500 is the metallic Tony Stark Freddy Funko. And some of these are so rare, it's even hard to find a decent picture of them. That's how rare they are. This one is from 2012, and it's also 12 pieces. It's basically the Iron Man body with metallic paint and a dark-haired Freddy Funko head with a Tony Stark goatee. It's pretty cool. The only eBay sale of this guy was back in 2016 for $3,499.99. What a bargain. Up next, it's another ad icon. This time it's Count Chocula with a metallic paint job. He's valued at $3,780. There's been three. One that's just a regular Count Chocula Freddy Funko, which is also very valuable at $850. And the glow-in-the-dark one, which doesn't have a value yet because in 8 years, one of them finally sold this month. Like the Frankenberry, this one combines metallic paint, ad icons, Freddy Funko, and rarity. All things that hardcore Funko fans really love and covet. In 2014, one sold for $725, and in 2018, one sold for $6,100. Now these prices are starting to get really crazy because this 9-inch Buzz Lightyear metallic Freddy Funko is valued at $4,690. You can buy a used car or you can buy this thing. He's from 2013, so he's not as old as the others. And they also made 24, so he's not as rare, but he's 9 inches. So the demand for him is a little higher than the others, hence the higher price. In 2016, one sold for $1,500, and this year one sold for $6,500 and another for $5,000. What do Funko collectors like more than metallic paint? That's glow in the dark, of course, especially on an ad icon. The glow-in-the-dark Frankenberry Freddy Funko is valued at $5,610. Also from 2011, also only 12 pieces. This dude is super rare. There's only been 2 eBay sales, one in 2016 for $3,211, and most recently at $8,000. So I highly doubt that the next one will sell for anything less than that. If another one does become available, which could be never, this guy may never hit eBay again, but if another one does become available, I imagine the seller would put it at least $8,000 or start the bidding at $8,000. If I own this guy and I were to sell it, I'd probably put it for at least $8,500 and start the bidding from there. And at the moment, the most expensive Freddy Funko Pop in existence is the bloody version of Jaime Lannister, valued at $9,310. He is from 2013, and he is also only 12 pieces. It's Jaime Lannister's Kingsguard armor, and it appears that they put an F on the chest plate, which is a nice little detail, instead of just doing a head swap. And of course, he's all bloody. There is another version of him without the blood, also from 2013, but with a run of 96, which also makes him very valuable though. That one's valued at $2,370. But the ultimate grail for Freddy Funko collectors is this bloody Jaime Lannister. This one has more recorded sales. Maybe that's why it's been bumped up so much. Because maybe collectors are more prone to want to hold on to their ad icon Freddy Funkos than this Jaime Lannister one. So more of them hit the market, making more sales, and driving the price up. Like I mentioned earlier, if some of these other Freddys hit the market again, they're going to sell for way more than what the last sale was. That's why I've been showing you the history of it. Because if you see with this Jaime, in 2014, $1,425. Then a year later, $2,800. Then 3 years later, $7,250. When Game of Thrones and Funko Pops were both at their height of popularity. I mean, they're still very popular now, but that's when they really hit the mainstream. And then this year, a few months ago, 2 of them sold for $13,500. If it hits the market again, will it sell for $13,500? Who knows? With Game of Thrones being over and it not being as popular because of that polarizing ending, the demand for the Jaime Lannister Freddy Funko might drop, or it might not. But as of now, he is the most valuable Freddy Funko Pop there is. Alright guys, that was a top 10 most valuable Freddy Funko Pops. Like most of you, I collect Funko Pops because I love them, I love the characters, and I just like collecting them. But part of what makes collecting things fun is seeing them go up in value, or getting very lucky at fun days and getting an ultra rare Freddy Funko that has a very tiny run. I'm not one to really sell my rare and expensive pops. I actually don't have any Freddy Funkos that are from pre-existing characters. I have some, but it's like the astronaut one, the Zodiac ones, things like that. My question to you is, if you owned one of these ultra rare Freddys, would you sell it? Especially if it's from a character that, you don't really care about. Like say you've never watched Game of Thrones in your life, and you have the Jaime Lannister Freddy Funko Pop. Would you hang on to it or would you sell it? As much as I like to say that it'd be really great to have a piece like that in my collection, to have like an ultimate grail that only a handful of people in the world have, is awesome, but I don't know. If somebody offered me 10,000 bucks in cash, I'd sell that thing in a heartbeat. Let me know in the comments below what you would do if you own any of these rare Freddy Funko Pops. Or what is the most expensive Freddy Funko Pop that you own? Alright Funkos, thanks for watching and have a good one.
Shut